As it turns out, when you psychoanalyze the ever-loving fuck out of a Mugen character, audiences will generally appreciate it, and that happened with my Franco video, so, you know, per the behest of some people in the Arcski Show Discord server, we're doing another one of these. And this time, we're doing it on the Doobie dummy, another most mysterious character. Obviously, it's the most mysterious character, so it's very fucking interesting. Doobie dummy is a 4-button character, well, 6 if you count shit like this and this. Yeah, he can do that, but we're not touching that until later in this video. He's a large character, so naturally he lends himself well in terms of range. Yeah, if you couldn't tell already, this character has a considerable amount of disjoints, and, yeah. Doobie dummy also has a unique knockdown stage. Instead of being able to hit him on the ground, he's stuck in this little animation where he flops his legs around. This is actually incredibly useful, and against characters with more spammier AI, like Raisin Tone's Ohmsby imitator characters, it's pretty useful since, you know, characters will try to hit you while you're not really able to be on the grounded, so you can counter with something like a grab. Overall, it's pretty useful. Playstyle-wise, Doobie dummy is heavily rushdown-centric, and his disjoints and specials very much make use of that, which is reflected in his AI, which is known to be pretty aggressive for a most mysterious character. We should start with his normals first, since, you know, they're his normals. His light punch is, yeah, this thing is actually pretty good. I don't really know what else to say. A lot of Doobie dummy's normals are pretty run-of-the-mill. There's not much to say about them, and the same can be said about his light kick. Yeah, his lights confirm into his mediums. Need I say more? There's really not much to say about them. Medium kick and punch are pretty good as combo starters and extenders. Yeah, they get the job done. And yeah, they are definitely the fucking things that he needs in order to start combos. As for crouching, yeah, his crouching normals are basically about as run-of-the-mill as his normals while he's standing. Light kick is basically the same as his standing kick. There's really not much else to say about it. And yeah. Medium kick is basically the equivalent of Franco since it trips you. But unlike Franco's, you can combo off of it. And yeah, it can do that. His medium punch is not good. It might be useful as an anti-air considering it has a lingering hitbox attached to it. Or, well, a very small lingering hitbox, but this is about to combo into his aerials and other stuff, but like, come on now. It could be a lot better, especially considering that that startup is, block food. And it's also very fucking punishable in case you couldn't tell. His light punch is... it's spammable. It's a lot better than,
Smack! Smack!
For a reason that I'll get into in a moment. I forgot them in my Franco video, but Doobie has aerials. His aerials are pretty good. Mainly because all of them seem to have a lingering hitbox problem. Meaning that you can do shit like this. And yeah, they're pretty good. They also have good range attached to them, like this medium punch, which is, holy fuck, that thing is scary. That disjoint is crazy. But, yeah. So, as for system moves, Doobie dummy has a roll. And it's a heavy kick. This isn't good. Well, it's an average roll, but it's not Franco's. There's nothing special about it. He can use it during block stun at the cost of 1,000 power, which... it's atrocious compared to Franco's, who only needs 500 to do his own dodge roll out of hit stun. And, yeah, this sucks. Can Fiunn grab? Oh, I guess not, I guess. He also has a Just Defend. It's good. It's a pretty good tool, but unlike with Franco, where you have a parry that you can abuse the fuck out of, Doobie's is binded to the back key, meaning try to spam it, you'll do a fuck ton of back steps, which is, not good. The Just Defend does combo, which is, it's good at what it does. Doobie also has Matrix mode, which is mentioned in the README, but not the other mode. Notice anything different? The game is slowed down.
Smack!
That does happen, by the way, if you try to use Lightning Fist while in Matrix mode. You just get stuck doing it. Matrix mode makes all of Doobie Dummy's normals unblockable, meaning that if you really need to get in on the opponent, you can just do this. However, Matrix mode is not fucking good, because it makes Doobie Dummy's movement and, the Lightning Fist problem a thing. And it's not good. If you are in a desperate need to get in on your opponent and they're blocking like a bitch, Matrix mode is probably your best bet. Due to the simple fact that it's unblockable. And, unblockables are good. It's especially useful since Doobie Dummy does not have any natural overheads. Meaning that if your opponent just chooses to block low, you can't do anything about it. And, Matrix mode helps with that specific problem. Cosmos mode is a thing. You get a very brief window to attack your opponent while they can't do anything, and if you're at a health deficit, then it spawns a bus. I forgot that move bugs on Doobie, but look at that. Yep, that's the bus. And, it basically ties the match back up if you're at a health deficit and, some cool stuff. Think of it as Omega Tiger Woods, but you don't need a power bar. I used that same euphemism with the Franco video, and I'll use it with Doobie Dummy. Who the fuck cares? Now we can get on to Doobie Dummy's special, since they are a very mixed bag, somehow even more so than Franco's. This is Short Range. It's a defining point in Doobie Dummy's fucking kit. It is an incredible burst option that covers a lot of distance. And yeah, it's good at that. It's hard to punish due to the fact that it has lag. And it can be comboed into from a lot of Doobie Dummy's kit, and it also combos into his hypers too. And yeah, need I say more? It also combos into Reality Gem, but we'll get into Reality Gem in a while. It's also good at applying pressure. Okay, I didn't expect the move to have... What I was saying is, this move is good at exerting pressure on your opponent, since you can easily lead it into Doobie Dummy's grab. He has two grab, in case you're wondering, and that's one of them. And yeah, Short Range is really good, but you have to make sure not to spam it, since if you get too willy-nilly with your spam, then, you can get punished, since your opponent can predict that you're gonna go for Short Range, and you can get punished for it. Lightning Fist is, it's good. You do it by spamming Punch, and it allows Doobie Dummy to confirm into Short Range. It also just combos natively to a lot of other stuff in Doobie Dummy's kit, which is pretty good. However, it has one drawback, and it's with Crouching Light Punch. See, Crouching Light Punch is one of the few moves Doobie Dummy has that is a natural low. As well as a lot of other stuff in his kit that is, centered around the crouch button. Well, except for fucking Crouching Medium Punch. I don't get this move. Can I, get into a corner? Yeah, Doobie Dummy's kit is incredibly weird, and that move just accentuates it. But, basically, you have to spam Crouching Light Punch to, do that. However, spamming it causes Lightning Fist to happen, which isn't good since it's not a low, and you kind of want a low since you don't have any fucking overheads, and you have to play around your opponent's blocks in order to get in on the opponent. So try alternating Crouching Light Punch in a rhythm, so that way you don't accidentally use Lightning Fist. But outside of that, Lightning Fist is good. It gets the job done. Need I say more? Plasma Heads, which is one of Doobie Dummy's 3 projectiles, is mid. The ways in which the Plasma Heads fly is entirely random. It's also one of Doobie Dummy's few moves that does block damage. though it's a pretty feeble amount of block damage, and considering you're probably going to be using this move at a range, it's not really good at applying block damage. So, like, if you're up close, then that means all the hits can connect, but you're not getting anything off of it, and it's very easy to punish. That's not the move. Yeah, you can get punished for using that move. Don't use it too much. However, what you can use a lot is Tiger Kick. This is a great projectile. Like, seriously, this move has so much going for it. It's a multi-hit. You can combo off of it, which isn't really that much good considering Doobie Dummy's damage scaling takes this move to the next fucking level. Against some characters, it does a fucked up amount of damage. Think literally any RicePigeon character. If you use this move up close against them, they just get melted. I don't know why this happens, but it just completely nukes any RicePigeon character, and I will never understand why. But it can do that, and it's very fucking good at doing that. It does confirm into hypers, as I said earlier, but, like, the damage. I meant against certain characters. I mean certain characters that don't get melted when Doobie Dummy uses the fucking move. Yeah, it's not worth using this move as like a combo starter or anything because of the way Doobie Dummy's damage scaling works, but yeah, this move can fuck people up and I genuinely don't even know why. You know, this move, don't use it. It's not good, especially as a get off me tool due to the fact that it has ridiculous amounts of starting frames. Like, if you were trying to use this move as a fucking get-off me tool, your opponent can just punish you during the starting frames, and boom, your chance to get your opponent off of you is gone. It's also blockable. Yeah, sure, you get placed in a random spot, which is good for being unpredictable, but, like, you can be punished during the move startup. That's not good. Like, genuinely, you should not use this move as a get-off me tool. Plus, it's a half-circle back input, meaning that, like, you have so many better options. You have a Just Defend. You have a admittedly kind of bad roll. You have... Doobie Dummy is rushdown-centric, meaning that he doesn't really get that many options for defense, and Moonspell just makes that even worse. Meaning I have to play, like, hyper defense in order to keep your opponent off you. And, yeah, don't use Moonspell. Use other options. Flying and downward axes, yes, I'm grouping them into the same move, don't laugh at me, are good. They are good, but it's not anti-air or capable like most Mysterious probably intended for it. The Light Punch version of Flying Axe is a more exponential base rise, while the Medium Punch version is more upward. Bitch, I didn't tell you to grab. And with Downward Axe, Light Punch sinks downward faster, while Medium Punch is more like this. Regardless of what version you're using, it combos. Come on. And I don't really have anything else to say. It does confirm, it starts combos, and you get my point. Need I say more? And that is all of his hypers, specials, surprisingly enough. We are now on to his hypers. You should instantly be able to recognize this one if you've seen any videos that feature Doobie Dummy's AI in it. It's Power Gem 1. It's pretty iconic, and among Doobie Dummy's kit, it's pretty good. For one, it, alongside Power Gem 2, are ridiculously safe on block. Like, that is just no end lag at all on block. It makes it ridiculously safe, and it's worth the 1,000 power. Especially considering you can combo off of it. That is half Fiunn's health for 2,000 bars of power. Need I say more? This is how fucking ridiculous Doobie Dummy can get in terms of damage output. it really puts an emphasis on his, you know, more rushed-out-centric playstyle. Oh, and if you're wondering about Power Gem 2, there's not much separating it from Power Gem 1, other than the fact that it's basically an FGS. And it does half your opponent's health. Yeah, Doobie Dummy's Power Gems are the main two hypers you should be using with the character. They're safe, they're comboable, like, in the sense that you can combo off of them into other stuff in his kit. And they're just ridiculously good for him. Plus, the dash forward that he does means that you can close out space incredibly well and lead into, you know, more pressure. Overall, yeah, Power Gem defines Doobie Dummy. Need I say more, alongside Short Rage. There is one addendum I forgot to make with Power Gem 1 specifically. This also applies to Reality Gem 2, which I will be touching on in a moment. In some cases, the opponent can fall out of the move. This does negate some of the move's but damage capabilities, since, you know, you're losing out on potential hits. And the opponent also has the opportunity to, given that they have a roll from knockdown, if you know what I'm referring to, like Dink has, they can just escape Power Gem 1. And while they can't really get much off of it, since the move basically has no M-lag, should Doobie Dummy actually, like, connect it, it still can lead into punishes on Doobie himself, so be wary of that. Only ever really try to use Power Gem 1 off of stuff like Short Rage and other stuff. So you know how Power Gem is, like, really safe on block? Reality Gem is not that way. Though, it's kind of warranted, considering that the move does more damage compared to Power Gem. The end lag is just like... if you should only ever be going for Reality Gem if you are dead set on a read, or if you can confirm it off of something like Short Range. And plus, since it sets the opponent basically right in front of you, or away from you, depending on the circumstances, you're basically probably going to get punished for using this move, whether or not you even get hit or not. Reality Gem 2 does negate this a bit, since, you know, it's... If you know Morrigan's Darkness Illusion, it's basically that, but with 37 bricks of cocaine attached to it. What the fuck is that damage? So yeah, you can think of Reality Gem as the antithesis to Power Gem. More damage at the cost of being more unsafe. There is one saving grace that Reality Gem does get over Power Gem, though, and it's with regard to the problem I presented earlier, where the opponent can, you know, fall out of the move. This does never happen with Reality Gem 1, and Reality Gem 1 specifically, so you should be using that if you're trying to confirm off of something like Crouching Medium Kick. But overall, it's good. It's actually not even that bad, honestly. I was considering critiquing it way more in this video, but considering it has its positives, I didn't want to be that harsh on it. Oh yeah, so as for Doobie Dummy's other gems, I'll just let this one rip for itself. That's a Midnight Bliss, and it's interesting. On block, it does have the opponent's power, which is pretty good. It's safe too. Well, not as safe as something like Power Gem 1 and 2, but on hit, it also depletes the opponent's power bar entirely. So, yeah, it's good. If you're at a health deficit, then it actually restores health, which is pretty useful. Oh, and if you don't believe me, just watch. It's overall a pretty strange move in Doobie Dummy's kit, if I'd have to say so myself. It's good damage-wise as a level 1, and it does have a lot of benefits that Power Gem 1 has, but it's harder to confirm into since the range is shorter than Power Gem 1, and since, you know, Doobie doesn't just dash right at you. And, yeah. It's Soul Gem, need I say more? Space Gem is basically the opposite of Soul Gem. It has worse damage, but it covers the entire screen. I meant screen length.
You mother...
You can surprisingly confirm into this move off of medium kick specifically. And it's kind of precise to do it, but like, yeah, it can be combat into from power jump 1 too. Though granted, whether or not it confirms depends on the opponent's on the ground state, and as you saw with Dink, some characters are flatter on the grounds than others. That's not to say that Dink Smallwood is a cutting board. He's definitely like Lucina from Smash in that regard. So overall, Space Gem it's good at what it's trying to do. However, there's not much else you can use it for other than, you know, range.
Let's see how fast you are.
And, yeah, need I say more? Rounding off Doobie Dummy's move list as well as this video is Mind Gem. This move is not good, and while it might look, it's funny, however, you should not use this move. For one, it's pitiful. Like, seriously, Reality Gem 2 outdoes it in damage, and you can confirm into Reality Gem 2. Second off, you can just block it. And sure, that block damage is okay, but like, what are you gonna get off of that? This move is funny, but like, there's not much of a practical use for it. The only situation I know of where it natively can be comboed into is off in Junk Defense. Well, on some characters. Against fucking Lee over here, it doesn't combo. So it's basically useless when you have other options that Doobie Dummy can use that just outdo it in damage. Plus, if you needed a hyper that has range, you have Space Gem. And you can even combo into fucking Space Gem off of Power Gem 1, implying you get hit on it. But like, yeah, don't use this move. The damage is pitiful when you compare it to one of his level 2s. And overall, Mind Gem is just not worth it to use. There are so many better options that Doobie Dummy can pursue that are just superior overall. But outside of Mind Gem, there's not much more I can say with regard to Doobie Dummy. He's a most mysterious character, and he's interesting for what he is. And there's not much else I can say about him. He's a complete goober, and I love him for that. And he's one of my mains. So if you somehow managed to survive the end of this video, then thank you for watching. My name's Arcski123, and stay tuned for more of these.